Welcome back to another extra time football video. And let me just say one word: Messi. Messi scored a hat trick today and equalized Klose as the all time World Cup leading goal scorer. And man, what a performance! This Argentina team today, I couldn't see them string two, three passes together, just weren't fluent with the ball. Again, it is the first game of the tournament. They are the current winners, so there could be that pressure behind a lot of them. But let me tell you, if there's one player that didn't affect, it's Messi. This man is, if there was ever a record to be broken in the game, Messi has it. He will undoubtedly go down as the greatest player of all time. No disrespect to Cristiano Ronaldo because I know that always brings up a debate, but these two players, there will never be, at least not in my opinion, anything like them ever again. We are witnessing greatness, and it's the last dance for a lot of players at this World Cup. Ronaldo and Messi in particular, more than likely, not just at international level, but more than likely at club level too. So, let's just enjoy them while we still have them. Messi will absolutely demolish that record and, go on to set a whole new one all on his own. But I don't want to leave Mbappe behind. Mbappe scored a brace today, and the first goal, it was a classy finish. He was composed in front of the keeper. That first half, Mbappe just was, you could tell that he wasn't in rhythm yet. He wasn't in sync, was having trouble controlling the ball, just wasn't doing that good. If you watch the first half, actually, at least in my opinion, Senegal was the better team. They even came close. I believe at the end there, Nicholas Jackson had a shot that hits the bar and then just rebounds off the keeper for a corner. So Senegal had several opportunities there to go up before halftime, which would have been a huge advantage for them. But it just wasn't meant to be. And Mbappe with the class finish in the 66th minute to go 1-0 up for France. And what a brace at the end, just when I thought the game was over. Well, when we all thought it was going to end in a 2-0 win for France, Senegal goes and scores a late goal right there. But the second finish from Mbappe from outside the box, man, the turn, the finish, what he had the ball for a second, maybe less, in that moment that he makes that turn. Mbappe will not let Messi get far ahead of him without a fight. These two, Mbappe, may not be the exact same that Messi or Ronaldo are at club level, but at the international level, at the World Cup, this man is unfazed by the pressure. It just doesn't get to him. You see it in him. Scored a hat trick at the last World Cup in the final. Scored plenty of goals there, and in the previous one too in 2018 when they won it. So at the age of 19, before he even turned 20, he already had a World Cup under his belt. In the last 4 years, at the age of 23, he had a runners-up medal. And he's not even 28 yet, and is just 2 goals away from tying the all-time record as well right there with Messi, which I have no doubt that he will do. These two players are going to go down as the all-time greatest World Cup performers. Yeah, I know Pele won his 3 World Cups, and, that will be better than Messi. But I'm talking about individual-wise, getting your goals. Yes, Messi had the advantage of going for 6 World Cups, sorry, and Mbappe's still young right there, so I have no doubt in my mind that in whatever record Messi sets, I do think overall Messi will set the final record of this World Cup, but whatever record that is, I have no doubt Mbappe will break it at the next one. Again, there's a possibility he might finish as the higher one this World Cup than Messi, but I still see Messi finishing top. Messi is entering into his last dance show right here. He's going to give it his all. He started off with the hat trick. It's going to just get better from here. This man will go on a bender. He will go and just tear defenses apart. I believe he will finish with no less than 7 goals for this tournament. Whereas Mbappe, I do see him reaching that 5 to 7 goal mark as well. I do see him getting at least 2 more in the group stages. One player I also want to single out for a great performance today, Haaland. We all know what he's capable of. Prior to this tournament starting, he had 55 goals in 50 international games for Norway. As soon as it kicked off, it was not even the 45th minute yet, and he was already 2 goals in. This man just lives to score goals. And, he has that sense of scoring at the international level, but he also does it at the club level. He is a goal machine. I have never seen anything like him. There was prime Ronaldo in his day back in the early 2000s, in the 90s, early 2000s. And that is still, in my eyes, the greatest striker that we have seen. But don't put it past Haaland to surpass him as one of, if not the greatest striker of all time. These other players that we're talking about, they're not natural strikers. Yeah, they can play there and they've done so excellently, but they're not natural nines. Haaland is a natural nine. He's a killer. He's the most dangerous threat inside of the box. I've never seen anything like him. Suarez, 2015 to 2017, those were peak years. Some of the best striker years that I've seen. But Haaland is already surpassing those numbers. He has the all-time record for most goals in a Premier League season with 36. It's already hard enough to score in the league, and this man has almost a goal-to-game ratio for the all-time leading season record. He's just going to keep getting better. This World Cup, Haaland, if they go far, I wouldn't be surprised if he scores at least 10 in this one. If they make a deep run, which is a big if, Norway, they have Haaland, they have Martin Odegaard, Sorloth, the striker for Atletico Madrid, but other than that, they do lack a little bit of quality. Not saying that they're not great, but they're just not at that world beater type of level. But when you have a player like Haaland, who cares if you have world beaters in the other positions? This man can win you games by himself. He is entering that Messi, Ronaldo, Mbappe territory where these players will literally win you games just by their presence alone. And again, if Norway somehow managed to make a deep run in this tournament, don't be surprised if Haaland does go for anywhere between 7 to 10 goals, which I don't see it far out of his possibility. There's not a net that he has not want to put the ball behind. He is going to, if he stays consistent at this level, and Norway does as well, he's going to give Messi and Mbappe a run for their money when it comes to the all-time leading record. Yeah, I know he's playing his first World Cup at 25, but keeping this rhythm, if he scores 7-8 this tournament, and then say at 29 he still has that same prowess to him, gets another 7 or 8, and Messi and Mbappe don't do anything else this tournament, he'll tie them easily. But it's a big if. But if this man can stay healthy and the longevity, they stay competitive throughout the years for Norway, they keep going to the World Cup, he stays at the same rhythm, same fitness, same level, I don't put it past Haaland to surpass these guys. But overall, 10s across the board for Haaland, for Messi, for Mbappe. The World Cup is here, and I believe today we had one of our first real taste at superstar power in this World Cup. As we've seen some great games. There was a USA-Paraguay game, great performance by the USA. The Turkey-Australia game. Turkey was not clinical, but in my eyes, that was still a great game to watch. Australia defended well, they played the counter well. Today, I feel we got our first real showing of superstar power at the World Cup. Ronaldo plays tomorrow for Portugal. Let's hope the fireworks are there and we get some more greatness shown tomorrow. But thank you again for tuning in to another Extra Time Football video. It would really mean a lot to me if you can like and subscribe if you did enjoy the content. And hopefully I get to catch you again soon on the next one.